Hi, welcome back. Back on with the Audi A1 1.6 TDI. I've got lights on the dash, so I've got the DPF light on, I've got engine management light on, and in a moment we'll have the coily spring thing on there. Basically, the turbo blew up again 2 weeks ago. I replaced it, got it all put back in. Well, the DPF light came on. Oh, there we go. There's the coily spring light. Basically, I've got a boost leak in the turbo. So we're going to have a look at that and see what the crack is. Right, first thing I'm going to check is that actuator arm down there and what vacuum it's pulling. So I've got a cheap vacuum pump. It should go to about 20, what was that, mmHg, whatever the hell that is. Let's have a look. Right, stop there. It's just gone over 10. If you look down there, you can see the bar. So if I release the vacuum, start pumping, it's at 6, 7, 8, oh, just over 10. So that's supposed to go to 20, and it's not. So I'm going to take the vacuum pump off, see if there's anything wrong with that. First thing to do is to get that metal clip off. Got to use like a screwdriver, and then underneath that there's like a 10mm nut. And you've got to use, well, I find that I use all the spanners. I've got that one, I've got that one, I've got that one, and I've got sockets. Bugger, that's the first time I've dropped it. I can't find it. Oh, where are you? Can you see it? Oh, I found a nut. Oh, you bugger. Found it. Right. So there, that bolt in the middle is the one I've got to loosen. It's a bit difficult to film it at the same time as doing it, so I'll show you if I get that far. Drop that one as well. I'm doing good, aren't I? So there, that's off. So 3 bolts on here. Let's have a look. What size is it? I think it's that one. What's that? Go through all of them until you find the right one. It's the easiest thing to do. It's what I do. Yeah, you can see it moving. Still moving. Look at that, well over 15. 20. So it goes to about 20. Definitely wasn't doing that on the car. Try that again. Yeah, it's getting well over there, isn't it? When does it want to stop? 20. Yeah, so 20. That's not good news. That means, have a look. Ah, oh, bloody hell. I think you can hear that. It shouldn't sound like that. That lever, you know, can you see that? That lever is just dropping all the way down. Should be some resistance on that because that's connected to the VNT side of the turbo, which means it's disconnected, which means I've got to take the turbo off. Right, so after some thought, I don't want to do this again. So there's a couple of ways to take the turbo off. The one that everybody seems to do is jack the car up on a 2-poster lift, which, well, I don't have. Drop the subframe, and I think take an axle out and take the turbo out, the manifold out through this gap here. I'm not doing that. I'm going to take it apart one bit by bit and bring it out this way. It takes about 3 hours to undo and 3 hours to put back. Well, the beer's in the fridge. 5 o'clock. I've got an hour. Right, got them off. Well, got part of it off. There's the other side. Turbo still doing turbo-y type things. Now, problem I had, I wanted to get this pipe off, the inlet pipe, but it's loosening at the nut at the bottom there. I need to get a 13mm spanner on there to hold it to undo that one. That was causing a few problems. But it should be easier to get the other 6 bolts off the other side. Ah, wish me luck. Anyway, if you know a better way of doing it, please let me know. It would be very helpful and I'd be very grateful. Right, it's only been about 20 minutes, it hasn't been too bad this time. I've got 1 bolt there. And I think I've got another 2 at the bottom. Gentle tap later. There he is, off. And there's the VNT bit rotates. So I'll have to have a look at that. See what's going on. What a lot of stuff on there. So there it is. This guy, that bit, locks inside of here. Oh, I don't know where the hell he's been. I don't think he's been inside there. Scratch marks on this. It probably hasn't been put back right. Right, it's starting to come together. That seems a lot better. I would like to hear a bit more VNT type soundy type things, but I've only got 3 bolts on at the moment. It's out of 6, so I need to get a few more on and even them down. But it's important to make sure that you do it evenly, otherwise it traps the spinny thing in the middle. Right, I just need to find some more washers. Put some new bolts. So what are they? 8.8 stainless steel. Got the original ones, but I'm going to be 1 or 2 short. What are they? I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts on. I've got 1 more to go on, I think. Rotates freely in the thingy's not just dropping to the bottom anymore. Doesn't seem to move very far. Right, all 6 bolts are on. I'm happy with that. I think it's hard to tell if he's actually turning the vanes. It's just, I'm going to have to just put the cold air side on and just test it with the vacuum pump and do it again tomorrow, like I said earlier. Right, 7 o'clock. God, that was a pain in the backside to get in. There's 1 bolt on the bottom of the intake which you just can't get your hands in the right angle. It's ridiculous. Oh man, so I'm not finished completely, but I'm going to test the pump and see if I get me 20 milligram things or whatever it is. Right then, so can you see that down there? Right, I'm going to keep on pumping and stop when it stops moving. That isn't good. That's not good. Just over 10. What the hell is going on here? Okay, few beers later, and night's rest. I think I know what the problem is. If it's not this, then you'll not be seeing this in the video. You'll see a different video. So, looks like I've got two situations. I think the nut on that lever, when I put the actuator on, is actually catching on this nut. Ah, it's disappointing. So I've had the endoscope in here and tried to operate the lever for the vanes, and the vanes aren't moving. I mean, oh, what a nightmare. So I'm taking this apart again. This would be the third time I've been into here. Oh, that took about a minute to get that one off. I'm getting good at this. Right, so disconnect this, loosen the 2 bolts on the bottom, and then 6 bolts on it. Right, off. I mean, if nothing else, I'll be quite chuffed with getting this off in 5 minutes now. I've had plenty of practice at this stage. Why is that not engaging with the VNT? I think I'll have to do some measurements and just try and work out what's going on. All back together. Well, where is it? This time I'm getting down to 15-ish before it stops. Let's try that again. Yeah, 15. It's a little bit better. Right, it's all back together. Everything's plugged. He's not plugged in. I always forget about this one. Where is he? He's up under there. Come through. Right, I'll just tidy these up. I'm going to take the injectors off and crank it over a few times and get some oil into the top of the turbo, and then I'll meet you in the car. Right, in the car, just crank it over a bit. Oh, turn it off. Not that I'm bothered about copyright at the moment. Let's do it one more time. Okay, let's get the injectors back on. Make sure it's got a nice little click. Right, so I'm going to have to turn the camera off for now because I need to connect to the OBD and see if I can clear these cords and see if, well, you know, see what's what. So, managed to get the DPF light out. I don't know how. So the regen must have already been in progress. Been for a drive, just kept it between 2,000 and 2,500 RPM. And so the SUD calculation went from 37 down to about, I think it was 15. I'll put it up on the screen, I can't remember. And then when I turned the engine off and back on again, the light didn't come back on. I've got no errors on the dashboard now. I'm not 100% certain what it was I'd done. It's crazy. I'm not 100% certain what it was I'd done to get rid of those lights, other than the diaphragm, the actuator, sorry, for the turbo, for the VNT operation. I rotated the cold side of the turbo clockwise a little bit, so that the bar that came down was probably a little bit straighter, engaged with the lever a little bit straighter than what it was before. Maybe as it was binding up. So I was able to get 15, whatever it is, mgs, whatever that is. So it seemed to operate better. That got rid of the lights. So it was all just the position of that cold intake thing with the actuator on top. That's all it was. Seriously, it's crazy. I'm a little. I mean, I had a bit of smoke coming out, but apparently, when you do DPF, you'll get a bit of smoke coming from the engine. Yeah, it seems to have sorted it. One little thing is, I'm sure the turbo was squealing at one point. Now it squealed last week. I'm not 100% certain if my return line is blocked or not. I should have checked that this weekend. It's definitely getting oil. I've checked that first. But it is just a cheap Chinese turbo cartridge. So that could be the main problem. I've still got the original one. I could probably try and get that one rebuilt, which would be good, and put that one back in if this cheap Chinese one snaps again, like the other one did. The other one, the shaft just snapped in half on the one I fitted last year. It's lasted a year, but the shaft snapped. So if it does do it again, that's going to be my next step, and definitely check that return line. But right, I'll show you. There we go. Passenger. Oh, turn that off. There we go. Normally it would have the light on, the DPF light. It hasn't come on. I've just got the rear brake light, which is another crazy thing. That rear brake light actually works. It's just the solder on it. It must have gotten that hot that the solder has melted and done something weird to the contact, and it sometimes touches and sometimes doesn't. The bulb works fine. It's just causing an error. But yeah, no DPF on there. No errors on the dash. I've drove about 15 minutes. Nothing's come up, so I'm fairly confident that it's sorted for now. But just with that turbo squealing, I expect something to come back and ruin my day again. If you have any info on this video that you've come across yourself, anything that can help clarify what I've done, it'd be great. I'd love to hear from you. So subscribe, hit the notification thingy jiggy bobby, and like the video please. Helps me out a lot if you can do that. Thank you. See you in the next one.